Okay, greetings from a tire. Once again, for those that this is not meant for, I don't care if you get your butt hurt. All right, guys, if you are in a relationship and everything seems to be about her, 100%, you've got a problem. One of the ways that men are controlled is, and people in general, is through alienation between them and their support network. This is one of the principles of cults, to isolate the individual so that the only input that they are getting is from the person that's in charge of the cult. Now, this is a bad situation. It's very difficult to get out of, and it's difficult to recognize at the time. Sometimes you get so invested in the status quo that you can't see what's happening right in front of you. But if you seem to find that everything is all about the other person, it seems as though that there is no consideration of you or your desires, then you are being controlled by a self-centered individual, and she will wear you down. The the problem with this is, well, let me back up. Yep, she's going to wear you down to the point where you don't know which way is up. If she is being so controlling that she has to know where you are every second of the day, everyone is viewed with suspicion, and everyone is viewed as a threat. That's because it's true. Everyone is a threat. They actually realize that they're not so damn hot. And anyone that can talk sense to you, anyone that can give you an alternative viewpoint, is a threat. Their goal is isolation, and then beating you down, destroying who you are. Once they've destroyed who you are, you're like a beaten dog. You just cringe every time they walk by. You know, you just wait to be beat. That's a crappy way to live. And if there is no consideration for you, for what you need, for what gives you joy, gives you happiness, you know, everything is all about the other person. Granted, there are some situations where people need to be helped, where people have self-destructive tendencies, and someone that loves them is trying to help you avoid bad influences. That's a different story. That is the one person focusing on another and trying to do what's best for them, regardless of the consequences of the person trying to do the influencing. But when the influencing is done in such a manner as to be beneficial to the influencer and not the influencee, you are being manipulated and brainwashed. Some people, that lasts a lifetime. Some people are not strong enough in their will and their personality to be able to withstand such an assault. Some people will put up with it for a certain length of time, and then they'll say, I'm not living like this anymore. I'm done. And they'll walk. Regardless of the cost, they'll walk. But generally it takes a very long time. An alpha, they'll walk in a heartbeat. But the second that a person tries to browbeat you, try to, use intimidation on you in whatever form, that is a problem. That is a toxic relationship that needs to end. When two people love each other, they go out of their way, each one of them goes out of their way to help the other, to do what is best for the other. They will sacrifice themselves for the other. If the sacrifice is one way only, it's not good. Now, if you guys are in a relationship and it's always what she wants to do, what is about her, her family, her friends, and it's never about you, that needs to end. If you've made plans and all of a sudden someone else makes plans for you and tells you that this is what's going to happen, you got a problem. It needs to end. And even if you do get a chance to do a few things once in a while, if the result is you hearing about it, hearing her bitch for the next week about it, you got a problem. You've got a self-centered, toxic individual in the relationship. Now, folks will say, well, go talk to a pastor. Go talk to your minister, go talk to the priest, go talk to whoever. Okay, all well and good. They may be able to shed some light on it, but they have a particular viewpoint. Their viewpoint is one that, okay, this is sanctified by God, and nothing should tear it apart. You've promised before God that you're going to do this. Okay? For all of you guys that got married with a JP, you didn't promise before God. You made a legal binding contract that can be broken. Now, there is a problem with, trying to stick it out too damn long. You can't change a leopard's spots. If you are in a toxic relationship with somebody, that personality, that toxic personality will not change. They are who they are, and they will always be that person. If you're involved with somebody that's got daddy issues, broken home, raised by an overbearing parent, mother, no father figure, she's going to be broken. Anyone with a bunch of tattoos, excessive piercings, You got a problem. You got issues. She's got issues. Avoid those situations. Well, I was young. Well, crap, I don't give a shit how the hell old you were. You had poor decision making skills at the time, and you will always have poor decision making skills. Now, guys, it is not worth your time and your life to waste on a toxic relationship. Now, I am not giving everyone, permission, even though I can't. Nobody gives a shit about my damn opinion. To just go out and throw shit away, throw a marriage away just because you happen to feel like it or you happen to meet somebody else. You will meet other people all of your life. That's the way it is. But you have to be able to take a look at that other person and say, well, is she trying to monkey branch? Am I a target? Am I being hunted? If you feel as though that you're being hunted, you probably are. And let's face it, men are typically pretty doggone dense on picking up a lot of this shit. When you're being hunted, generally there's a reason. And the person doing the hunting will come up with all kinds of reasons why you need to be with her. She's going to have all kinds of stories to tell, and she will come up with every sad ass story she can think of to induce you to be a white knight, to come riding in and save her. Well, I'm not giving you permission to be a white knight, and I'm not telling you you can't be. All I'm saying is that you must be aware that this is going on. It would be very simple for someone to go from one bad relationship to another that's just as bad, if not worse. A lot of you guys in the military, you've already experienced the, hey, I've got this girl back home, everything is wonderful, I'm going into the military so that we can have a better life. The military has always been a way out of certain situations, poverty, bad influences, whatever. And if you go in, I can almost guarantee that she's going to leave you because you're not there. You're not there as a resource. You're not there to dote on her. You're not there to provide her every whim. When that ends, you're going to start looking around. You're going to look around for anything to fill the void. And you're probably going to migrate towards someone that is as toxic as the first one was. And if you turn around and marry it right off the bat, just be aware that you're going to screw up. You're going to screw up big time. Crap, look around. How many people are right around you? How many people in your chain of command, or your dorm buddies, or your barracks buddies, or whatever, have a sad, sad story? Everybody's got a sad story. And there's a lot of them around there that will talk about how they spent years in this toxic relationship, and it damn near cost them their career in the military. You know, I'm not coming up with these things out of my head. These are all things I've seen, and I am seeing. But sometimes it needs to be vocalized and brought to